Okay. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Sierra Center for Spiritual Living. And I'm not sure what the music is today. Oh, Jesse's Powers is online. Alrighty. So let's stand to sing our first community song. Thank you, Jesse.
Good morning, everyone. We're going to sing a Karen Drucker song right now. Get ready to be thankful for this day. Here we go. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. We'll do beautiful. Here we go. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. Now look around at your community and all your friends. And let's say thank you for your friends. Here we go. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. And again, my wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. And now repeat after me. Real simple. I said thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so grateful, 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 I'm so grateful. And thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. Let's say this beautiful one more time. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day.
Alrighty, that got the blood pumping this morning. Okay, welcome again. Everyone here in the room, everyone out there on YouTube, welcome to the Sierra Center for Spiritual Living. And what I want you to remember is that wherever you are on your spiritual journey, you are welcome here. And we are all on a spiritual being because we're all on a spiritual journey because we're spiritual beings in a spiritual universe, so there's nothing else we could be. So, hello. All right. My name is Reverend Lanny. I am the Minister Emeritus here at the Sierra Center, and I'm honored to be your speaker and MC today. And so, let me see if I can. Okay. Do you want to go to Children's Church today? Do you want to go in? Okay. Okay, well, we just send loving energy to the child in our room and to the future kids who are coming to us to be with us. All right, so yay. Yes, to all the kids. So we always have to remind ourselves who we are and what we believe because the world gets in the way. So we sort of remind ourselves every week that we are a supportive, inclusive, spiritual community that celebrates all life, and that we aspire to live authentic spiritual lives through a practice and application of the teachings of the science of mind and spirit. So there's a summary here of our beliefs. We have many, many more beliefs. You can see all those books over there. You can read all of those books. You get a little bit more. You get a lot more. And but the summary is all thought is creative and influential. All thought is creative and influential. There is only God. Evil and devilishness starts and stops in the mind of us human beings. So, remember that. Bless you. Everything in our experience is either a call for love or an expression of love. And reframing things in that way, I find really helpful. That everything is a call for love or an expression of love, no exceptions. And you are, at your essence, and always have been, whole, perfect, and complete, as you are right now, as you are right now, as you are right now. Every moment, you are whole, perfect, and complete. So if you are here for the first or second time, would you mind raising your hand so we could welcome you? Yay! Thank you so much for being here, and we'll have a little information for you about our community and a little magazine that tells you lots of wonderful things about our philosophy. So, let's see. We now have our candle lighting ceremony, and who would like to light our candle? Tom would love to light our candle. He is raring to go here. All right, Tom. Okay. So we light this candle to celebrate the unity of all life, all peoples, all faiths, all beings, all life, honoring the infinity of oneness as all creation, seen and unseen, to remind us of the light of spirit within all of us. Thank you, Tom. All right. We are a praying community. So we have lavender prayer request sheets in the seat backs in front of you or over there on the table by the front door. You can fill out a prayer request, put it in that box that's on the table by the front door, and the ministers and practitioners pray on that prayer request for the week. Prayer is also available after service with me. So if you need a prayer today, let me know, and we can get together and do that prayer today. Prayer is also available virtually. You can visit our website at sierracenter.org. You click on spiritual support and prayer, and one of the practitioners will reach out to you. So please take advantage of that. And now I'm going to invite Virginia up to give us our community announcements. Yay.
All right, good morning, everyone. Wanted to just say yesterday we had our rummage sale for the center, and it was a giant success. We made over $2,000. Yeah, fabulous. And like every single person in this room helped. Oh my goodness, Javon, Nan, everyone. Tom, Sandy, Lois, everyone. Lynn, Pat was donating and helping, and I mean, and Judy bringing a bunch of stuff to the thrift stores afterwards. We had just everybody helping. It was a huge success. We had so much fun. There was so much community, and I really just thank everybody for who helped and who donated. Okay, what a great success. Well, thank you, Sandy. Yeah, we had just a fantastic turnout. Okay, so let's get into some more of today's announcements. Join us today at the Pride Family Festival today after service. That's going to be in Condon Park in the picnic pavilion. There's going to be free barbecue, and all dietary needs will be provided for. You can visit our booth. We're going to be doing temporary tattoos for everyone. What's that? Oh, that's okay. I'm reading off this anyway. Registration is open for Ignite Your Life with Bible Wisdom. This is going to be a 7-week CSL accredited course exploring the metaphysical meaning of biblical stories, the teachings of Jesus through the lens of the science of mind. It's going to be facilitated by Rev Mitch and Rev Lanny. That's going to be on Tuesdays, June 30th through August 11th, 6 to 8:30, in person and via Zoom. And you can see the flyer in the foyer for more details. Another great offering we have is the Dynamic Laws of Prosperity book with Rev Julia. And that's going to begin Wednesday, July 1st from 6 to 7:30 p.m. in person and via Zoom. Registration is still open. Participants should obtain their own copy of Catherine Ponder's The Dynamic Laws of Prosperity. Our next Possibilities and Planning Committee meeting was going to be held on Wednesday, July 1st. Lots of July 1sts in here, so. Going to be held that day at 6 p.m. here in the center in the children's area. And we don't forget to sign up for a community potluck next Sunday, July 5th. We're still looking for volunteers to bring main dishes. And now, help me welcome to the stage Jennifer Morrill, Executive Director, and Georgina Lesher, Operations Supervisor of Spirit Peer Empowerment Center. These are our community tithe recipients for May, who will come up and tell us a little bit about their organization. Thanks, you two.
First, we'd like to thank you all so much for choosing our organization to be the beneficiary of your tithe for this month. And I just wanted to share a couple of details, and I'll hand the microphone over to Georgina to share some more details about what we do. So we were founded about 23 years ago as an organization entirely peer-run for folks struggling with mental health ups and downs. We were founded by some staff members of the county and behavioral health who really recognized that through sharing experiences, a lot of strength is built, and really building community in the mental health world. We've evolved since then. At that time when we were founded, most of the participants were housed members of the community. As the needs of the community have shifted, we now serve approximately 90% of the folks that we see are experiencing homelessness. So over the years, we've evolved from more of a support groups. That's really our foundation. We offer support groups and peer support, along with a lot of other details. So in the last year, we've relocated to a lovely new building that's very close to Hospitality House. And I'd love to introduce you to Georgina, our operations supervisor, who really helps manage what it's like on a daily basis throughout Spirit Center. So again, from me personally, a huge, huge thank you to this organization and this center for thinking about our center. So I'll hand it over to Georgina.
I'm Georgina. I'm the operations supervisor at Spirit, and Spirit is more than just a place to go. It's a safe place to go, and we serve about 70 humans a day with showers, laundry, food from many different sources, and conversation. And I think one of the most important things for me personally is not a person coming through the door is going to be invisible. A lot of mental health and substance abuse comes with invisibility, and no one is invisible in our center. So thank you very, very much for this.
Big thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much. That was very well delivered. Thank you so much. So info and flyers and sign-up sheets for all classes and events are going to be in our foyer. You can find Zoom links and details about all our announcements in our weekly e-newsletter and on our website, sierracenter.org. And just a friendly reminder to silence your cell phones. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you so much. Great. And I can't remember, did you thank Diana about the Diane Meisler, I'm sorry. She was also a big factor in the rummage sale. So thank you. All right, now we have a song, Let the Light Come Through, from Jesse Powers.
Hello again. Let's all drop in. Can you hear me? Okay, good. Let's all drop into the moment. Let the light come through like a door wide open. Let it all be new. All that once was broken. Let the light come through like a hearth in winter. Let it fill the room, ever warm and tender. It lives in me, it lives in you. So let the light come through. Let the light come through like a sacred morning, all hope renewed. See the world transforming, illuminate the places in the dark, and let your life be like a blazing star. Remember that the light is where you are. It lives in me, it lives in you. So let the light come through. Hey, let the light come through. There's no need for hiding. It was always you. Ever golden shining, illuminate the places in the dark, and let your life be like a blazing star. Remember that the light is where you are. It lives in me, it lives in you. It lives in me, it lives in you. It lives in me, it lives in you. So let the light come through.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much, Jesse. That was great. All right, now is the time for our sacred reading. And the sacred reading is going to be from the Guide for Spiritual Living, the Science of Mind magazine. The new one is here, but this is the one for June. It's all about love, and it's really been a wonderful, wonderful. It has a daily reading for every single day of the month. And the daily readings this month were written by the spiritual leader of the Sierra Centers for Spiritual Living. And so her name is Sunny Cantrell. And she had a church in Arkansas, which is not an easy place to have a Science of Mind church. Okay. Love is a sacred alchemy that calls our spirit to awaken and expand. It is a living presence that stirs the depths of our being, inviting us into greater awareness and unconditional grace. True transformation, like spiritual love, does not occur overnight. It unfolds like a prayerful journey, a gradual release of the old self, and an opening toward our highest, most luminous nature. Transformation through love begins with the sanctuary of our own heart, where spirit whispers truth and dissolves what no longer harmonizes with our sacred essence. As we soften resistance and expand our awareness, life begins to shift in subtle yet profound ways. Our thoughts become lighter, our hearts more attuned to peace, our joy more enduring. Let transformation be a gentle emergence guided by love's wisdom rather than by force or striving. Remember, love is not asking us to become someone new. Love reveals who we already are, beloved, whole, and connected to the infinite. And so now we are going to take that thought of love that is reminding us that we are beloved, whole, and connected to the infinite into a short meditation. And then I will bring us out with prayer. So let us take a deep breath, relax any tension, anything, get comfortable. How very grateful I am to remember and know that that power of love is present everywhere in all. That it is the creative power of the universe. And that it includes all peace, all grace, all wholeness, all joy, all harmony, all health, all goodness. All of it is included in that loving energy that is everywhere. So I know it's right here, right now, in, through, and as each and every one of us as incarnations of that one power and presence. Each of us here, by divine appointment, to connect with our own part in this ever unfolding tapestry of life. That each of us is an incarnated gift to life, giving of our skills, our knowledge, our love, our grace, our peace, our wholeness, our uniqueness, contributing to the whole, contributing to being beneficial presences here on planet Earth. And so I know that all of those who are in service to us to create this Sunday getting together is, each one is a blessing to us. And that we are blessed by being together and hearing the wonderful words of Reverend Kay, hearing the music from Jesse, hearing the singing, knowing that we are one in this moment, connected with one another, and that we open to connect with the larger life itself and bring that realization out into the world with our love, our grace, our goodness. And so I'm grateful for this time together and for our high intention to bring forth the good. And so with great gratitude, I release this word into the law of life itself that receives this word and makes it so. And we affirm this together as we say, and so it is. And now we'll have some more music from Jesse Powers, The Heart of Love.
This song is called Heart of Love. And you have a little part that I'll teach you to right now. It's real simple. It goes, I'm standing, and then you repeat that. So, I'm standing in the heart of love, in the heart of love. I'm standing in the heart of love. Now you, in the heart of love. Okay, it's real easy. You'll hear it when it comes up. Sunshine on my face and the day is made of magic. Sometimes I still find a way to make my life seem tragic. Good things pour down on me like summer rain is so warm. I try to run, but it's so much better to dance in the storm. You see, I accept my joy without question, it's a blessing. And I accept my joy without question, it's a blessing. I accept my joy without question, it's a blessing. I'm expanding and I'm standing in the heart of love. I'm standing in the heart of love. I'm standing in the heart of love. Things crumble into chaos and I don't know where to turn next. Feels like I'm a failure, but I know it's all for the best. Good things are coming my way, even if I can't see them yet. But if I open my eyes and trust, I'll see that I've been blessed. Yeah, I accept my joy without question, it's a blessing. And I accept my pain without question, it's a blessing. I accept my joy without question, it's a blessing. I'm expanding and I'm standing in the heart of love. I'm standing in the heart of love. I'm standing in the heart of love. Couple more times. I'm standing in the heart of love. I'm standing in the heart of love. And I'm gonna break it down. Here we go. I see my blessings and I'm accepting, no hesitation, no reservation. I see my blessings and I'm accepting, no hesitation, no reservation. I see my blessings and I'm accepting, no hesitation, no reservation. I see my blessings and I'm accepting, yeah. I accept my joy without question, it's a blessing. And I accept my pain without question, 'cause it's a blessing. I accept my joy without question, it's a blessing. I'm expanding and I'm standing in the heart of love. I'm standing in the heart of love. I'm standing in the heart of love. All day, every day. I'm standing in the heart of love. One more time. I'm standing in the heart of love. Heart of love.
Woo! Yeah, let's give it up again for Jesse Powers. Oh, you can totally feel your energy and your love and your light, even online. That's just beautiful. Well, I know that I moonlight here quite a bit at the Sierra Center, but for those of you in the room or joining us online who may not know me, my name is Rev K. My pronouns are she and her, and I am the founding senior minister of the Inner Phoenix Collaborative. And it is my honor to be your guest speaker today. And so as we start every Sunday off here at the Sierra Center, I'm going to invite you to turn to somebody and just say, I'm glad you came today. Glad you came today. Glad you came today. All right, and bringing it back in. I know in the announcements you heard a conversation about that we're starting a book study at the Sierra Center called The Dynamic Laws of Prosperity. And so if you would like to be a part of that book study and you're in need of a book, would you just let Chana know that so that we can get together and see if we can't order those books for you? All right, so all month long, we have been talking about love and redefining what it means. And we're continuing that conversation and kind of closing out the month of love, looking through the lens of world systems. So we're looking at those elements of institutions and social structures and those challenging parts that can be a little bit more challenging in those world systems with love. And when I thought about that, I thought, the world is full of elements. We've got wind and water and air and fire. And I'd argue there's actually a fifth element. And that's the name of my talk today. It's love as the fifth element. And yes, that's metaphysically speaking. My father, who is an analytical thinker and an engineer, would say that's not on the periodic table. And I understand that we're talking about love as the metaphysical element. And it's important to remember that systems aren't inherently loving or unloving. They're containers. They're the containers that are shaped by our collective consciousness. And you may have heard that also called race consciousness. And what I want you to think of and remember in that is race consciousness tells us where we've been, but it doesn't tell us where we're headed. It doesn't affect where we're going. There is nothing in the past that means that this is what we have to do in our future. It just is. And I know that can be very hard when there's so much chaos in the world. And so we have to choose to see with the eyes of love and see beyond that so we can raise ourselves and raise our vibration and remember that systems too are malleable. They can be changed. And it's so powerful when we come together in a group like this and focus everything on that. And so I'm going to invite you today, especially if you wear glasses, to put on your glasses and remember that you are seeing through, these are your God goggles now. We are seeing through the eyes of love, choosing to elevate to what is possible. And that means standing in higher, deeper, richer, yummy principle of love. Our founder, Ernest Holmes, says that fear creeps in when we believe in separation from good. When we believe in the illusion that we are alone, disconnected, and unsupported. I'd go on to say that hate feeds hate, and that fear feeds those outdated race-conscious beliefs. See if any of these sayings are familiar to you. It's a dog-eat-dog world. Every man for themselves. It's lonely at the top. Nothing good ever comes easy. It's too good to be true. Or I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop. Do you ever hear yourself say any of those or hear others? Those are all rhetoric that keeps us stuck in those old thought patterns, and not a word of it's true. We've got to watch our thoughts, right? We know in our sayings that thoughts are things, and we can watch those. And when we see through the eyes of love, then we can begin to shift that. We begin to see the spiritual hunger beneath the conflict. That we see a longing for wholeness under the anger. And overall feel that possibility of transformation. And so the takeaway here is that shift happens. I have to say that word very carefully. And we've talked a lot this year, I've talked a lot this year about the great unraveling, that things have to fall apart before they can come together in a new way. And that shift is happening in systems as well. And people are like, you're crazy, Karen. The news is just sensationalizing suffering. There's no good out there. And so I thought, okay, let me bring some stories. And so I brought some stories here about what I see in this beautifulness that is unfolding. So I've got 3 examples for you today. And the first one is the call for justice. This year, a small northern Alberta town implemented a restorative justice program. And they've had 115 offenders participate in this restorative justice program. And you know what's happened? Only one of them has gone on to reoffend. Showing that justice rather than punishment actually leads to change. There's also a shift towards unity. Traveling a little further back, and I'm hoping we'll see the same thing in Venezuela now. But last year in September, we saw thousands of people in Taiwan unite to help flood victims after that horrible typhoon. They transcended borders, politics, and they just stood shoulder to shoulder as humanity in that space, in that place of caring and kindness and giving a hand, regardless of what would have happened yesterday, of just being in that human experience, that unity of wholeness and care. And the last is a longer story I wanted to share on a movement towards compassion. And so I brought a story from a social media platform called SB Mow It Forward. And it's run by a millennial in Wichita, Kansas. And their motto is lending a hand where it's needed most. Sounds pretty simple, right? And so Sean, who is the founder of the company, goes around and mows lawns for the elderly for free when they're not able to mow their lawn. And he was introduced to someone named Debbie. And when he met her, he realized she needed more than just her lawn mowed. Debbie had to quit her job because she needed to care for her husband, who slowly died of cancer. Her trees in her yard were way overgrown and were running a risk of fire, and so she paid a company $2,000 to do trimming, who never showed up. She's down on her life, 3 months behind on rent, and to a point where she was skipping meals because she felt she couldn't afford to eat. SB Mow It Forward took care of all her lawn care needs, trimmed her trees, paid all of her back rent, and then started a GoFundMe page. They raised $685,000 for Debbie, and Debbie was the sole benefactor. When Sean was interviewed about it and asked, "Why do you do all of this?" he said, "I do it to build community and to create opportunity and inspire the next generation to serve." You know, that's social media that I think we can all get behind. And if that isn't compassion in action, I don't know what is. And it can serve as this beautiful reminder for us that the world is calling us into love now more than ever before. And when I say calling us into love, I'm not talking about love as a romantic sentiment, not just acting loving, but being the principle of love itself. Ernest Holmes in the Science of Mind textbook says that love is an essence, an atmosphere that defies analysis. It is the central flame of the universe, nay, the very fire itself. We're going to talk about that a little bit more later. The takeaway here is that God is love. And love is God. It's one and the same, and we're a part of that. We're the divine in human form, which means that love lives inside each and every one of us. Does anyone remember the fun sci-fi movie from the 90s called The Fifth Element? Yeah, I talked a little bit about that in the newsletter. Well, in that movie, if you remember, their world was on the brink of destruction. And they have like all this power and technology, and they got flying cars, and they're doing all these things, but nothing seems to be able to stop what they call the great darkness from approaching. And you see it as this big ball of darkness. And it grows stronger every time humanity acts out of fear or their violence. They try to blow it up, and it's like, thank you, that let me grow. And any time there is any sense of destruction, it's like, yep, growing bigger. And it was as if every act of cruelty and anything that was unlike love is simply just feeding it, and it's growing bigger and bigger. And they're like, we do not know what we're going to do here. I think it's a really great reflection of that tipping point that we find ourselves at today. And I see some heads nodding in the audience. Thank you for that. I feel like on one hand, we have love. And on the other hand, we've got darkness and separation. And it's like this glass of water. And if we keep dripping darkness into it, it's getting cloudier and cloudier. But when we drip in that love and that light, it's getting clearer and clearer. And that we have that choice to be and to do and to choose what we want to be. As this movie progresses, we learn that there is one missing ingredient. And that ingredient has nothing to do with force. It has nothing to do with power. It's not even an object or a gem that can be obtained to combat this great darkness. It's the fifth element. And the element is love. That's where I got my talk title, Love is the Fifth Element. And I understand in the movie that love is only inside one special person named Lilo. But we can use Lilo as a representation of the divine that is within each of us. Lilo was touted as this perfect human, this perfect essence that was actually an alien that came down to save this world. And that same beautiful, divine, perfect pattern lives and breathes and has its way within each one of us. Our world, much like the one in the movie, has stepped a little out of alignment with love. See, love's calling right now. I hear it. And so we have that opportunity to realign ourselves one step at a time as that love becomes louder and we become the love that is missing. And we can become the expression of that fifth element, that principle of love itself. Ernest Holmes tells us that love is the self-givingness of spirit through the desire of life to express itself in terms of creation. I want to say that one again. Love is the self-givingness of spirit through the desire of life to express itself in terms of creation. In other words, like Lilo, we have to be love. Allow it to flow through us in order to bring it out into the world. Without opening up to that love, that great darkness can't be overcome. In the movie, Lilo starts to question if the world is even worth saving. And she sees all of the unkindness and the darkness in the world and has to be reminded that even though there is darkness, that there is also care and kindness, just like those 3 news stories that I shared. And remembering that helped her to awaken to that truth of love. And it allowed her to embody it and then share it back out with the entire world. And in the movie, we see that as this bright, beautiful light that just emanates from her whole body. And that brightness is so bright, there can't possibly be any darkness. That's our opportunity to be the light of love. And I thought of that as Jessie sang those songs, and I thought, wow, you would think she read my talk before I gave it. Like, it's just perfect, right aligned with that, of being the light of love. That can we become a part of that new pattern that is emerging? And that takes a lot from us. It takes us learning to take that pain as our hearts break open and allowing love to be poured into every crack and crevice until we simply become love ourselves. You see, love is that element that activates our humanity. And Ernest Holmes talked a lot about love, so I have yet another quote on love from Dr. Ernest Holmes. He said that love is the creative impulse of the universe. Isn't that beautiful? The creative impulse of the universe. The spark that turns potential into expression. What if every spark, every potential that we expressed was an expression of love? What if every sentient being on this planet shared in that manner? Instead, we often look at the systems around us and we focus on the negative. And we allow ourselves to be filled with what we don't want, or worse yet, hatred for the people who have created the systems that we don't want. And then we work against what we don't want, and we're emphasizing the don't want instead of working towards the greatest good. Remember that hate is feeding the demons of hate. Hate feeds disconnection, it feeds isolation. It's only love that can pull us forward. It is only love that lights the way and overcomes the darkness. I have a quote on the wall at home that has led to some confusion over the years, and it's from a Jesuit priest from the 20th century who was way ahead of his time. He believed that evolution was not only spiritual, or not only biological, but spiritual. And I really think he was really one of the early New Thought pioneers. And the quote says, "Someday, after mastering winds, waves, and tides and gravity, we shall harness the energy of love. And for the second time in the history of the world, we will have discovered fire." Think about that one for a minute. Like in the movie, love here is not portrayed as like this soft little romantic sentiment. It's portrayed as power. In fact, in the movie, it's the only power that's strong enough to save the world. And I know some people are a little like, she's talking about power. We don't talk about power. But power is a spiritual quality. And we're not talking about egoic power. That's power over. What we're talking about here is the power of freedom, the power of peace, the power of love. Power over is really just control. It means that one person's going to win and somebody else is going to lose. And that's not in alignment with love. Love is that most powerful force in the universe. It's a piece of cooperation and collaboration and finding new solutions that we didn't even know were possible, where everyone wins, where everyone is happy with the outcome. We just have to be willing to open up and allow ourselves to step into that activating force for good, even when we're like, I have no idea. I do not see a way. There's a way. That we have to trust that something greater than us remembers what is and what can be, and that we are a part of that. That's who and whose we actually love. And we allow love to reveal our oneness. That's not just science fiction, that's metaphysics. We belong to each other. And we see that now in quantum physics, telling us how we're all connected in so many ways. We just have to be willing to open up into it. In the fifth element, the great darkness is defeated not by fighting or outmaneuvering it, but by revealing the truth of love. The truth of our belonging and our interconnected nature, where everyone and everything is a part of the whole, no matter what. Where we remember that everyone belongs just as they are. I heard a story a few weeks ago that somebody from Nevada City had invited a friend up to come for the inaugural Pride Parade. And their friend was really excited to come and join. And then as they drove up the hill, there were some things they saw that they started to feel a little uneasy about. And they started to question if this was the right place for them and if they were going to be safe here as a neurodivergent, gender-fluid person of color. And they were so uncomfortable that they were set to turn around and just go home. But then they got off the freeway at Broad Street, and they started to notice all of the pride flags. And something shifted. And they started to have a feeling of acceptance, that they were seen here. And they no longer feared that it was an unsafe place. And they were able to connect with their friend and stay and enjoy this wonderful event that was just filled with love, showing up exactly as they are. I don't think that it's any coincidence that our monthly theme of higher and deeper love coincides with so many holidays and events like Pride and Juneteenth celebrations. And while we still have a lot of work to do, these celebrations take a stand for freedom and a shift towards saying, I see you. I value you. You are my equal, and you are safe here. Your presence is welcome here. It's a way that we can visibly say and declare what we have so many signs that say hate has no place in Nevada County, and this is proof. This celebration is another way that we can express that. We can take that stand for love and become the instrument for healing in a world that has forgotten. You know, June is also the time of the summer solstice, and I really love a summer solstice. It's the longest day of the year, and among other things, can often be seen as a gateway for abundance and growth and moving into something new. And it can also remind us that our true nature is light, and in this case, the light of love. And our opportunity here is to embody love so completely that our brilliance casts out the darkness. In the climax of the film, The Fifth Element, Lilo doesn't just find love. She chooses to allow love to express through her. We all have that potential, but we have to open and allow it to move through us. It's in our actions that the magic happens. So the takeaway, I think, from that movie is that the world is only saved when love moves from possibility to action. I'd go so far as to say that love is a practice that once cultivated can and has and continues to change lives. Ernest Holmes reminds us that love is a cosmic force whose sweep is irresistible, a more powerful force than fire, but requires our participation. This means that the world doesn't change because love exists. The world changes because we choose to be instruments of love. I'm going to say that one again. The world doesn't change just because love exists. The world changes because we choose to be the instruments of love, because we choose compassion over judgment, because we choose connection over withdrawal, because we choose to invite people in. We choose to be that place of belonging and acceptance and safety. And so I invite you to remember that each of us are that fifth element. Let us each be the one that remembers. Let us each awaken and choose love when it matters most. Not to deny that there are systems that are broken, but to refuse to let what has been or is currently happening define what is possible for our future, for the future that we are building that works for all. And so I want to invite you that if you hear one of those old ideas running through your mind this week, that you stop and go, stop, cancel clear, and then replace it with one of these. And if you'd like, you're welcome to lower your gaze or close your eyes and just listen as I repeat these. I live in an abundant, benevolent universe. The world is always conspiring for my good. I believe in cooperation, not competition. True elevation lifts both me and others. Love is that one power and presence that I call God. Let's just breathe that in. And so I invite you this week to hold a vision that is so clear and so grounded and so luminous that the world can't help but rise up to meet it. Knowing that collectively and individually we are a powerful force for love that is transforming the world. Because when that kind of love is activated in us, the great darkness in our lives, in our community, and in our entire world simply cannot exist. Together, let us be that higher, deeper, divine love. Thank you. All right. And so let's stand and we'll read our affirmation. I'm going to read it one time and then we'll read it together. I declare love as the fifth element and awaken to the ancient truth of my divine nature. Love expresses in me, as me, and through me, for I am an instrument of love. Together. I declare love as the fifth element and awaken to the ancient truth of my divine nature. Love expresses in me, as me, and through me, for I am an instrument of love. And so it is. Woo, wonderful. All right, and so now we're entering into our time of conscious giving. You can go ahead and have a seat. And I'll invite you to take your gift to your hand, knowing the center is fed by the generosity of the spirit of everyone that is in this room and watching online. So if there is anything that has touched your heart and you feel called to give, you can give by check, by cash. There's a QR code that'll come up here in a minute. You can also text to give. We've got lots of ways. And we'll say this prosperity affirmation together. I give this gift with love and joy from a consciousness of abundance. Divine love blesses and prospers all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. And so I just speak a word of blessing over every gift and every giver, knowing that abundance is another form of love, that it is pressed down and overflowing and supporting the center, our community, and beyond. And so we just give gratitude for every gift, knowing that it is absolutely blessed and a blessing. I call it good and very, very good. And so it is. All right. And now we have some gratitudes to give out to thank everybody that it took to create this service today. And so let's start by thanking Pat and Javon for our ushers. Tom as our candle lighter today. Virginia who did announcements. Chana and Diane on streaming. Javon on sound. Who placed our sign today? Who was that? All right, Shauna with our sign placer. Rev Lanny for our minister of the day. And platform hostess with the mostest. And then our lovely virtual music today by Jesse Powers. Yeah. So blessed, so blessed. So what are you taking away from our time together today? Love. Happiness. What does he say? Fifth element, yes. Gratitude. Empowerment. I love that. Higher. I love it. Yes. Perfect. All right, well, if you stand, we'll start our benediction. Something wonderful, something wonderful is happening as me right now. Something wonderful is happening as me right now. It is this thing called love. It is this thing called love. It is this thing called power. It is this thing called power. It is this thing called life. It is this thing called life. I know it. I know it. I feel it. I feel it. I sense it. Because I am it. And so it is. All right. And then, Jesse, if you want to take us away, we'll sing the peace song for our final closing song.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be with God together in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Oh, let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great week.
Thanks.